This is Enterprise Television. Kingsley Bass is my name. And today on the program, we turn attention to the All Progressives Congress, where a surprise development on June 27, 2025 happened, where Abdullahi Ganduje, former governor of Kano State, resigned as the national chairman of the party, officially citing health concerns. But insiders suggest deeper political currents at play, from internal power struggles and zoning dynamics to possible maneuvering ahead of the 2027 elections. And the party's National Working Committee, led by acting chairman Ali Bukar Dalori, has swiftly accepted the resignation and pledged unity, also initiating the process to appoint a new substantive chairman. And there have been tensions simmering around geographical zoning or geographic zoning, and influential figures like Rabiu Kwankwanso, also former governor of Kano State and one time, if you like, political father to Ganduje, are said to be returning to the All Progressives Congress. And so the big question today on Homo Politicals is simple. Is this a graceful exit on health grounds or a strategic retreat under pressure? Well, I'm joined today by a member of the All Progressives Congress and political commentator, Gbenga Iwenuga. He joins me virtually. Gbenga, many thanks for joining me today.
Thank you for having me on the show. The way you said members of the All Progressive Congress make me fear. You know, it's our party, so we have to talk about our issues.
Oh, well, yeah, member of the All Progressives Congress, except you want to not deny, but you've decamped, you know, it's the season.
You know, I always own my things with my full chest.
All right.
I can tell you that my entire family are one of the few families who will say they never defected from the progressive ideologies since 1950s, from Action Group to UPN to SDP to AD, AC, ACN, and now APC.
Interesting. Well, Ganduje, while resigning, cited health as the main reason for his resignation. Do you consider this the full story, or is this a convenient cover for political exigency?
Politics is about always, wearing velvet gloves, because if you show your full hands, people will be able to predict you easily. And so for me, in fact, this story came as a shock to me because I wasn't expecting it when it happened. And it's like I didn't even have any of my sources in Abuja giving me the gist ahead of time. So, but knowing what I know and the modus operandi of the higher ups in the party, I think it's just a convenient cover-up. But so long as it is for the benefit of the party, Ganduje does not owe Nigerians any explanation. You know, he's not the president, he's not a governor anymore. He's just the national president of a political party, albeit the ruling political party. So whatever excuse he cites, we can all speculate. The reality is that maybe because of the trust deficit that we have with the political class, he might actually even be saying the truth, because Ganduje is not a young man anymore.
Yeah.
And even you and I that are just in our 40s, we know how often we now have to visit hospital compared to, when we were in our 20s, not to compare with somebody who is in their mid to late 60s, early 70s. So if he says it is on health ground, I want to believe it is on health ground, and I believe that we should leave it at that.
Yeah.
But let's look at it. Let's even agree that it is a smoke screen, because don't forget that when this fine boy, the former spokesman to the president, Ajurin Gelale, when he also resigned too, he also cited, sorry, I'm in transit.
No problem.
But it is one of the things. So when Ajurin Gelale resigned, he also cited health ground. But we heard the stories and the gist that were confirmed from several quarters later that it was just the smoke screen. Then if you also consider that not quite long after the resignation of the party chairman, the president is on an official visit to St. Lucia, which he embarked on, I think, today. And if you know the modus operandi, that once the president is out, either on official assignment or personal retreat or things like that, a lot of politicians happen behind the scene, and then you only get to see the results after. So let me postulate that, yes, it might be true that he is actually on health ground, that he is resigning as he has stated.
There are claims too, there are claims that he resigned to avoid disgrace due to, mounting pressure, possibly over zoning, and the planned return of Kwankwanso to the party. How will you address this?
That one, that disgrace aspect of the story is a figment of imagination of those of his political detractor, because people fight from time to time. It doesn't mean that they won't settle, especially in politics, when it is always about interest. Once interest does not align, they may fight. But once interest aligns again, you saw how the suspended governor of Rivers State, he went to Wike's house yesterday. He went to Wike's brother's or uncle's burial on, was it Saturday or Sunday?
Yeah.
Immediately after, the interest aligned back. And these are people who even said Wike should not come to Rivers State at a point. So it is normal that when interest doesn't align, they quarrel. But if you have been watching the move for a while now, you will see that it seems that interest between Ganduje and Kwankwanso has started to realign. And so I don't think they really have a beef of qualms. But people want to see beefs go on without end where there is none. And so they will continue to manufacture excuses to say maybe it's the beef. Why would Kwankwanso, Ganduje be ashamed that Kwankwanso wants to come to the party? What has Kwankwanso achieved that Ganduje has not achieved? They are all on the same level. Yes.
There are those who think that Kwankwanso would be the one having contested the presidency in 2023 would not work under the chairmanship of Ganduje. Especially because he carries more political weight, as some people would say, in Kano State, and indeed when it comes to national politics.
No doubt about that. That Kwankwanso carries more political weight, or what you would say street credibility, in Kano more than Ganduje. The election results in the last election has shown us that much. So there is no doubt about that. But the fact is that even as much as Kwankwanso carries more political weight, it is in their best interest to align and work together for them to have better political results that will benefit both camps than to be divided. And I think the two gentlemen have seen that perspective. They are very passionate, they are working together. So I don't see the coming of one, giving the other headache. I think they are actually really happy to see themselves back on the same train, so that they can continue to claim victory together. So that is what I see,
All right.
But and of course, I also heard the part of the gist that says Ganduje is being nominated for diplomatic ambassador role, and that the announcement of these ambassadors are way overdue. Since the 2 years that the present government has come to office, I think we only have temporary ambassadors in many of our embassies. So I won't be surprised that after the St. Lucia visit, that the ambassadors will be named, and probably Ganduje's name will be among them, as touted. And there needs to be a lot of realignment, because the race for 2027 has kick-started. And with the open endorsement of Asiwaju without Shetima, that a lot of games are going to take place. So for the alignment and realignment to be properly done, maybe Ganduje needs to go, so that the chairmanship, the national chairmanship, will be zoned to the North Central, hopefully Taiwo Awoniyi will emerge, as the new national chairman of the party, and then
some loyalists, some Ganduje loyalists, might see this. In fact, they've been said to see this as a significant loss, given his role in attracting defectors to the party. Do you think that this is a genuine anxiety within the ranks? He played a significant loss, I'd imagine, in getting those governors to defect, and then the state elections won recently.
Well, we all know that Kano State is very, very important and strategic in any election. And so whatever it takes to have Kano fully on board, because once...
Oh dear, I suppose a technical glitch there with Benga, considering that he's in transit. He's been, quite persistent in continuing the conversation, though he's in transit. We've been talking about the resignation of the national chairman. Well, you can now say former national chairman of the governing All Progressives Congress, Umaru Ganduje. Benga, are you there? Thank you so much for staying there. Understand the little technical glitch just a moment ago. Can you hear me, please?
Yes.
All right, fantastic.
Loud and clear.
Yes, okay, please wrap your thought on this perception about the role he played while he was the national chairman.
Well, I am saying that he has steered the party steadily, has shown a steady hand in steering the party during his tenure as chairman. Nobody can get it all, even with the best effort of Adams Oshiomhole. At a point in time, for political necessities, he has to go. Lorry Park. For political necessity.
Okay. Again, he was saying for political necessity, and you can tell the need for him to wrap. Okay, Benga is back. Benga, please wrap your thoughts real quick.
So he has performed very well as far as me I'm concerned, because he has maintained peace within the party, and he has also led a lot of people who are defecting to come join the party.
All right.
He has made it conducive for them to come and find their feet within the party. So either you like it or not, we must.
Okay. Continue to experience the glitch there. Well, just so that we can wrap the conversation, we'll see if we can reconnect with Benga in just a moment. So we can wrap the conversation. Again, we've been speaking, about the resignation of Umaru Damagum. Pardon me, did I say Damagum? Damagum is of the PDP. We've been speaking of the resignation of Umaru Ganduje, former governor of Kano State, was chairman of the governing ruling All Progressives Congress. And yes, Benga Yonuga Paul, who's a member of the All Progressives Congress and political commentator, has been my guest. Benga, again, for technical reasons, we missed your final thoughts there, but just so that we can close, right? You did mention Taiwo Awoniyi, considering the way this is going to be zoned, but aside him, who are the leading candidates to succeed Ganduje from your point of view? And that choice as well, that final choice, I'm sorry, just one sec, that final choice, do you think that final choice could reflect a fair zoning rotation or be driven by the presidency?
Well, I think so, because the North Central has been clamoring for, they are saying that they are not properly in alignment in the scheme of things, and if you consider this their contribution in the last election to the emergence of the party, I think they have a right to complain. So the Southwest has the presidency, the South has the Senate presidency, the Northwest has the House of Rep, the Northeast has the vice presidency. So it's only North Central. Okay, we can say the North Central has the SGF, but they want the party chairman because that was what they were justing for at the beginning. And Taiwo Awoniyi is a unifier, if you have seen the way he moves. So I don't know the reasoning behind why it didn't emerge in the first place. But it's all politics, and now that the alignment is needed, so it might be that this is his time to emerge. But it's most likely going to North Central if push comes to shove, because it is likely that the incumbent chairman, that's the acting chairman, is likely going for the governorship after Governor Zulum finishes his tenure. That's Honorable Bukar Dalori, so it's likely going for the governorship of Borno State. So if I'm looking at it from all those internal permutation, then it's most likely going to North Central. And the only name that comes to my head is Tanko Amakura. It might be somebody else also, because we have a lot of big weights from the North Central who are also jostling to be at the helm of affairs in the party.
I mean, the vice presidency is one of the candidature for the vice president is one to also critically look out for come 2027, because again, there's been talks about the possible dropping of the incumbent vice president Kashim Shettima, and what do you think? What do you know? What do you think could happen?
I don't think, I'm not sure whether Shettima will be dropped. I think it's just a way to whet appetite and deflect attention. When people will shout ho ha, and then it will be like, oh, they listen to our voice when we said they should not drop Shettima, and because they listen to our voice, let's also give them our vote. So I think that Shettima dropping, people are only speculating based on the fact that when Asiwaju was governor, he actually worked with almost 3 deputy governors, starting from Bokno Akerele to Femi Pedro, then to, I think, Mr. Ogunsoya, or what is his name, the man from Ikorodu that spent about 15 days in office as a deputy governor. So people are judging based on that. But the man is older, is wiser. The circumstances surrounding the incidences of 1999 to 2007 is different from the circumstances we have now. The politics at a Lagos level is different from the national politics now. So I think people are only speculating that based on those premise. Right. But if he chooses to change Shettima, it will be because of a political mathematics, which is to garner more votes from a certain region or a certain other state. Because if you look at the result in terms of numbers from the Northeast in the last election, you will see that they need to pull their weight more. All right. They need to pull their weight more. So, but even at that, I personally do not think. I think it's only people that are preempting him. That's the president, and so they are preempting him, and he also is saying, let them shout, let them preempt us, and by the time we now retain Shettima, it will be like, oh, it's because of their cry we listen, and because we are a listening government, they will be more loyal to give us their full attention. I think it's something along that line. All
right, we'll just leave things there. We'll continue to monitor the development within the All Progressives Congress and see what happens. First, again, there are talks about getting a substantive national chairman for the party, since Dalori is in acting capacity now, and of course what happens next would be toward 2027. There has to be a neck for that to happen. But I'd like to thank you so much, Gbenga Yonuga Paul, member All Progressives Congress and political commentator, for joining me on the program today.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate that. All right, that's Homo Politicals today. We'll talk politics next on the next episode of the program. In the meantime, you can stop by the comment section. Let me know what you think, what you make of this conversation. This health concerns cited by Ganduje while resigning as the national chairman of the All Progressives Congress. Do you think it's tenable? Do you think? Do you believe the man, to put it simply, or you think that other political maneuvering, if you like, that's played behind the scenes? Kingsley Bass is my name. Until next time, Homo Politicals, make sure you continue to stay safe and indeed continue to watch Enterprise Television. May God continue to bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Bye for now.